Herbal Healing and Ancestral Memory, Seraphina Hartwell, by Soul Sanctuary Audio. Copyright Seraphina Hartwell. Introduction. Rediscovering the sacred connection between earth, energy, and ancestral wisdom. In a world increasingly dominated by artificial systems, digital noise, and the relentless pace of modern life, many of us feel disconnected, not only from nature but also from ourselves. The ground beneath our feet, the air we breathe, the water that sustains us. All these elements are not merely resources to be consumed or harnessed. They are living expressions of an ancient intelligence that has been guiding humanity for millennia. This book, Herbal Healing and Ancestral Memory, is an invitation to step out of the chaos and into the sacred rhythm of the earth. It is a journey back to the roots of who we are, where healing becomes as natural as the cycles of day and night, as accessible as the herbs growing in your backyard, and as profound as the wisdom carried by your ancestors. The earth is not just a planet we inhabit. It is a teacher, healer, and ally. She holds within her soil, waters, and skies the codes of balance, restoration, and remembrance that humanity has long sought but often overlooked. For centuries, traditional cultures around the globe have understood this truth. They lived in harmony with the rhythms of the seasons, revered plants as sacred beings, and honored their ancestors as keepers of timeless knowledge. Today, as we face unprecedented challenges, climate crises, widespread disconnection, and skyrocketing rates of physical and mental illness, we are being called to remember what was never truly lost: the power of earth-based healing and the enduring legacy of ancestral memory. This book bridges two vital streams of wisdom: herbalism and ancestral lineage. Herbalism, at its core, is more than the study of plants. It is the practice of listening deeply to the language of nature. Plants are not passive participants in our lives. They are active collaborators in our healing journeys. Each herb carries its own story, its own medicine, and its own way of teaching us how to return to wholeness. Whether it's lavender soothing frayed nerves, rosemary sharpening the mind, or mugwort opening doorways to dreams, every plant offers something unique to those willing to listen. Yet, herbs alone cannot fully restore us if we approach them without context, without reverence, and without understanding their place within the larger web of life. That's where ancestral memory comes in. Ancestral memory is the thread that connects us to the wisdom of those who came before us. It is encoded in our DNA, whispered through family stories, and preserved in cultural traditions. Our ancestors were masterful stewards of the earth, skilled healers, and intuitive guides. They knew how to live in reciprocity with the land, how to honor the sacredness of all life, and how to use plants as allies in maintaining health and harmony. By reconnecting with this lineage, we reclaim not only their practical knowledge, but also their spiritual perspective, a worldview that sees no separation between human beings and the natural world. Herbal Healing and Ancestral Memory is both a guidebook and a love letter. It is designed to help you build a personal apothecary, cultivate respectful relationships with plants, and integrate herbal practices into your daily life. But it goes deeper than that. This book invites you to explore the energetic dimensions of healing, the subtle ways in which herbs can clear stagnation, align your chakras, and attune you to the pulse of Gaia herself. It asks you to consider not just the physical benefits of herbs, but also their emotional, psychological, and spiritual gifts. And perhaps most importantly, it encourages you to see yourself as part of a continuum, a link in a chain of wisdom that stretches far into the past and extends forward into the future. Each chapter of this book unfolds like petals of a flower, revealing layers of insight and practical tools. We begin with reconnecting with herbal lineage, where you'll embark on a journey to uncover the stories of your ancestors and the herbal traditions they may have practiced. From there, we move into medicine of the grandmothers, honoring the role of women as custodians of plant wisdom across cultures. As you progress, You'll learn how to create your own herbal remedies in building a personal apothecary and harvest plants with mindfulness and gratitude in harvesting with respect. Chapters such as Herbal Allies for Grief, Joy, and Spirit, and Tea Ceremony and Infusion Practices delve into the emotional and ritualistic aspects of working with plants, while Energetic Herbalism, Spirit Before Symptom, explores the intersection of energy medicine and botanical healing. Later chapters like Plant Walks and Earth Listening, and Recipes and Rituals from the Ancestors deepen your connection to the earth and offer tangible ways to bring ancestral wisdom into your present-day life. Finally, the book concludes with carrying the lineage forward, empowering you to become a steward of this knowledge and share it with future generations. Throughout these pages, you'll find exercises, reflections, and meditations designed to make the concepts come alive. You'll be invited to journal about your experiences, engage in guided visualizations, and participate in rituals that anchor the teachings in your body and spirit. These interactive elements are meant to foster a sense of agency and ownership over your healing journey. After all, true healing cannot be outsourced. It must be embodied. One of the central themes of this book is the idea that healing begins with a relationship. Just as plants thrive when they are nurtured in symbiotic ecosystems, so too do humans flourish when we recognize ourselves as part of something greater. When you work with herbs, you enter into a reciprocal exchange. You offer respect, care, and intention, and in return, the plants gift you their medicine. Similarly, when you honor your ancestors, you open a channel for their guidance and support. Both relationships require presence, patience, and trust. They ask you to slow down, to listen deeply, and to let go of the illusion of control. Another key theme is the integration of spirit and matter. Modern medicine often separates the physical body from the energetic field, treating symptoms without addressing underlying imbalances. In contrast, earth-based healing views the body as a microcosm of the universe, an intricate interplay of elements, energies, and consciousness. Herbs, in this paradigm, are not just substances to be ingested or applied topically. They are vibrational signatures that resonate with specific frequencies within us. A tea made from chamomile doesn't simply calm the nervous system. It harmonizes the etheric body, cooling fiery emotions and restoring inner peace. Likewise, smudging with sage doesn't merely cleanse the air. It purifies the auric field, creating space for clarity and renewal. This book also acknowledges the environmental dimension of healing. As you deepen your relationship with plants and the earth, you naturally develop a stronger sense of responsibility toward the planet. Healing the earth and healing yourself are inseparable acts. When you tend to a garden, you nurture biodiversity. When you harvest sustainably, you protect ecosystems. When you honor the sacredness of water, you contribute to its preservation. In this way, earth-based healing becomes a form of activism, an act of resistance against the forces of exploitation and destruction. Ultimately, herbal healing and ancestral memory is about coming home to the earth, to your body, and to your soul. It is about rediscovering the simple yet profound truths that have sustained humanity since time immemorial. It is about remembering that you are not separate from nature. You are nature. Your heartbeat echoes the drumbeat of the cosmos. Your breath mirrors the winds that sweep across mountains and valleys. Your blood flows like rivers carving paths through the land, and your spirit dances with the same fire that lights the stars. As you turn the pages of this book, allow yourself to be curious, open, and gentle. There is no rush, no pressure to get it right. Healing is a process, not a destination. Trust that the plants will meet you where you are, offering exactly what you need in each moment. Trust that your ancestors are cheering you on, lending their strength and wisdom to your journey. and trust that the earth, ever patient and loving, will hold you as you take these first steps or continue along a path already begun toward wholeness. Welcome back to the embrace of the earth. Welcome back to yourself. 1. Reconnecting with herbal lineage. Hashtag the call to remember. In the quiet moments of our lives, the ones that slip between the cracks of busy schedules and endless to-do lists, there is often a whisper, a faint but persistent pull towards something deeper, older, more rooted. It might feel like nostalgia for a time you've never lived through or an inexplicable longing for connection with the natural world. This whisper is the voice of your lineage calling you home. Herbal lineage is not just about plants. It's about people. It's about the hands that once touched leaves, roots, and flowers with reverence, passing down their knowledge through generations. It's about the grandmothers who brewed teas to soothe fevers, the fathers who taught children how to identify edible greens in the wild, and the healers who stood at the crossroads of science and spirit, bridging worlds unseen by most. These ancestors understood something profound, that plants are not merely resources to be harvested, but allies to be honored. Today, many of us have lost touch with this heritage. Urbanization, industrialization, and the rise of synthetic medicine have distanced us from the intimate relationship humanity once shared with the earth. We buy pills instead of tinctures, packaged remedies instead of handcraft, salves. Yet despite these shifts, the wisdom of herbalism has not disappeared. It lingers in the margins, waiting to be remembered. This chapter invites you to begin the process of reconnection by exploring your own ancestral roots, learning from historical traditions, and overcoming modern barriers. You can reclaim the sacred bond between humans and plants. In doing so, you'll discover that herbal healing is not just about curing ailments. It's about restoring balance, fostering reciprocity, and remembering who we are as part of the earth's intricate web. #roots of herbal wisdom across cultures. To reconnect with herbal lineage is to embark on a global journey, a pilgrimage through the stories, practices, and philosophies of diverse cultures. Every continent has its own tapestry of plant-based healing, woven with threads of observation, experimentation, and spiritual insight. Understanding these traditions helps us appreciate the universality of herbal wisdom while honoring its cultural specificity. Consider Native American traditions, where plants are seen as sentient beings imbued with spirit. Sage, cedar, and sweetgrass are burned in smudging ceremonies to cleanse spaces and invite clarity. Tobacco is offered as a prayerful gift to the earth before harvesting other plants. These practices reflect a worldview in which humans are stewards rather than dominators. Nature. In traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, herbs are classified according to their energetic properties: cooling, warming, drying, or moistening, and used to harmonize the body's yin and yang. Ginseng, known as the root of life, is revered for its ability to boost vitality and resilience. Each herb is chosen based on its alignment with the 5 elements: wood, fire, earth, metal, water, and its capacity to restore balance within the meridian system. African herbalism is equally rich, blending practical remedies with deep cosmological beliefs. Rooibos tea, native to South Africa, is cherished for its antioxidant properties and calming effects. The Yoruba people use kola nuts in rituals to honor ancestors and invoke divine guidance. Plants are often paired with prayers, chants, and offerings, emphasizing the interconnectedness of physical and spiritual health. These examples illustrate the diversity of herbal traditions, yet they share common themes: respect for plants as living entities, recognition of their medicinal value, and integration of healing into broader cultural frameworks. To reconnect with herbal lineage is to step into this vast continuum of knowledge, drawing inspiration from the past while adapting it to the present. Hashtag tracing your own ancestral roots. While studying global traditions provides valuable context, reconnecting with herbal lineage also requires looking inward. What stories do your ancestors carry? What plants did they work with? How did they view illness, wellness, and the role of nature in human life? Answering these questions can illuminate a path uniquely yours. For some, tracing lineage may involve conversations with elders. Ask grandparents or great aunts about family remedies passed on through generations. Perhaps there's a jar of dried herbs tucked away in a cupboard, a recipe scribbled on yellowed paper, or a tale of how lavender oil cured headaches during lean times. These fragments of memory are treasures wait, to be unearthed. Others may need to turn to genealogical research or cultural archives. Websites like Ancestry.com or local libraries can provide clues about your heritage. Look for references to traditional foods, agricultural practices, or regional plants associated with your ancestors' homelands. For instance, if your lineage traces back to Ireland, nettles and dandelions were likely staples in springtime diets. If you're of Mediterranean descent, olive oil and rosemary might hold special significance. Even without direct access to familial records, you can still tap into collective ancestral wisdom. Many indigenous teachers and herbalists offer workshops, books, and online courses that welcome seekers regardless of background. Engaging with these resources fosters a sense of belonging to a larger community dedicated to preserving earth-based knowledge. Hashtag barriers to accessing ancestral wisdom. Despite the richness of ancestral traditions, several obstacles stand in the way of reconnecting with them. Colonialism, urbanization, and systemic oppression have disrupted the transmission of herbal knowledge across generations. Entire lineages were silenced or erased, leaving gaps that can feel impossible to fill. Acknowledging these barriers is essential for moving forward with sensitivity and intention. Colonialism, in particular, played a devastating role in severing ties to indigenous practices. European settlers often dismissed non-Western healing systems as primitive or superstitious, imposing their own medical paradigms onto colonized populations. Sacred groves were razed, medicinal gardens destroyed, and practitioners persecuted, all in the name of progress. The legacy of this erasure persists today, manifesting in cultural appropriation, misrepresentation, and unequal access to traditional teachings. Urbanization compounds these challenges by physically distancing people from the land. Concrete jungles replace forests, skyscrapers obscure horizons, and artificial lighting blurs the boundaries between day and night. Without regular exposure to natural rhythms, it becomes harder to develop an intuitive relationship with plants. Systemic oppression further exacerbates the issue. Marginalized communities often lack access to green spaces, clean water, and affordable health care, creating additional barriers to holistic healing. At the same time, mainstream wellness industries frequently co-opt indigenous practices without crediting their origins, perpetuating cycles of exploitation. Overcoming these barriers requires conscious effort. Educate yourself about the history of colonization and its impact on herbal traditions. Support organizations working to preserve cultural heritage and protect biodiversity. Advocate for policies that prioritize environmental justice and equitable access to health care. And above all, approach ancestral wisdom with humility, recognizing that reconnection is a privilege, not a right. Hashtag exercises for rediscovery. Reconnecting with herbal lineage is both a personal and communal endeavor. Below are exercises designed to help you explore your ancestry, deepen your relationship with plants, and integrate ancestral wisdom into your daily life. 1. Create an ancestral altar. Gather objects that represent your heritage, photographs, heirlooms, stones, or dried herbs. Arrange them on a small table or shelf, dedicating space to honor those who came before you. Light a candle or burn incense as an offering, inviting their presence into your home. Spend time meditating near the altar, asking for guidance, or simply expressing gratitude. 2. Conduct a plant walk. Visit a local park, forest, or botanical garden. As you walk, pay attention to the plants around you. Notice their shapes, scents, colors, and textures. Research any species that catch your eye, learning about their traditional uses and symbolic meanings. Consider journaling about your experience, documenting what you see and feel. 3. Interview family members. Reach out to relatives who may remember old remedies or rituals. Prepare thoughtful questions ahead of time, such as, what plants did our family use for healing? Or, do you recall any stories about working with herbs? Record their answers, if possible, creating a living archive of your lineage. Craft a personal remedy. Choose one herb with ancestral significance to you, or one that resonates intuitively. Research its properties and prepare a simple preparation, such as a tea, infused oil, or poultice. Use this remedy intentionally, reflecting on its effects both physically and emotionally. 5. Practice reciprocity. Before harvesting a plant, or even purchasing dried herbs, take a moment to express gratitude. Offer a silent prayer. Leave a token like a strand of hair or a pinch of tobacco, or commit to giving back in some way, e.g., planting seeds, volunteering at a community garden. This act of reciprocity strengthens your bond with the natural world. #coming full circle. Reconnecting with herbal lineage is not a destination, but a journey, one that unfolds over months, years, and lifetimes. It requires patience, curiosity, and courage. There will be moments of frustration when answers elude you, and moments of awe when synchronicities align perfectly. Through it all, trust that the whispers guiding you are leading you somewhere meaningful. As you delve deeper into your ancestral roots, you'll find that herbal healing transcends the physical realm. It touches the soul, awakening memories encoded in your cells and dreams carried on the winds of time. You'll realize that plants are not just tools for wellness. They are teachers, companions, and mirrors reflecting the interconnectedness of all life. So let the journey begin. Step softly, listen closely, and open your heart to the wisdom waiting to be rediscovered. For in reconnecting with herbal lineage, you are not only healing yourself, you are weaving a thread back into the tapestry of humanity's shared story. 2. Medicine of the grandmothers. #the sacred role of women in herbal wisdom. Throughout history, women have stood as the guardians of herbal knowledge, the keepers of Earth's secrets, and the midwives of healing. From ancient villages to modern communities, grandmothers, both literal and symbolic, have carried the torch of plant-based wisdom, ensuring its survival through generations. Their hands, weathered by years of tending gardens and crafting remedies, hold stories encoded in every wrinkle. Their voices, often soft yet unwavering, echo the rhythms of the earth itself. This chapter honors their legacy, exploring how their contributions shaped herbal traditions and continue to inspire contemporary practices. In many cultures, women were not only healers, but also spiritual leaders, educators, and innovators. They understood that plants were more than tools for treating physical ailments. They were allies in nurturing emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. Whether it was a grandmother boiling roots over an open fire to ease childbirth, or a village elder teaching young girls how to identify medicinal herbs in the wild, these women embodied a holistic approach to health, one deeply intertwined with nature and community. Today, we stand on the shoulders of these ancestors, drawing strength from their resilience and insight. By revisiting their teachings, we reclaim a vital piece of our collective heritage. In doing so, we also recognize the profound impact of matriarchal wisdom on humanity's relationship with the earth. Maria Sabina, 1894 to 1985, known as the Mazatec Curandra, Maria Sabina was a shamanic healer from Oaxaca, Mexico, renowned for her work with psilocybin mushrooms. For decades, she conducted veladas, ritual ceremonies where participants consumed sacred fungi to gain spiritual insight and healing. Despite facing persecution during the mid-20th century, Sabina remained steadfast in her mission to preserve Mazatec traditions. Her story underscores the importance of protecting indigenous knowledge from exploitation while celebrating its transformative power. Nicholas Culpeper, 1616 to 1654, through a feminist lens. While Nicholas Culpeper himself was male, his groundbreaking work, The Complete Herbal, owes much to the oral traditions passed down by women. Culpeper challenged the elitism of 17th-century European medicine by translating complex Latin texts into English, making herbal knowledge accessible to ordinary people, especially women, who were often excluded from formal medical education. His emphasis on affordability and accessibility aligns closely with the values upheld by countless female healers throughout history. These profiles represent just a fraction of the countless women whose contributions have shaped herbalism. Each name carries with it a tapestry of cultural, ecological, and spiritual significance, reminding us that healing is never isolated. It is always relational. #remedies passed down through generations. The heart of the grandmother's medicine lies in the remedies they crafted and shared. These preparations, often simple yet profoundly effective, reflect a deep understanding of plant energetics and human needs. Below are examples of time-honored remedies passed down through various lineages, each accompanied by insights into their origins and applications. Lavender sachets for dreams. In Mediterranean households, lavender has long been associated with restful sleep and vivid dreaming. Grandmothers would sew small sachets filled with dried lavender flowers and place them under pillows to ward off insomnia and invite prophetic visions. Lavender's calming scent works on both the nervous system and the subconscious mind, creating a sanctuary for inner exploration. To honor this tradition, try making your own lavender sachet and reflecting on the dreams it inspires. Rosemary-infused oil for memory. Rosemary's reputation as a cognitive enhancer dates back to ancient Greece, where students wore garlands of the herb during exams. In Celtic folklore, rosemary was said to strengthen memory and protect against evil spirits. Many grandmothers prepared infused oils by steeping fresh rosemary sprigs in olive oil, then applying the mixture to temples or pulse points. Today, scientific studies confirm rosemary's ability to improve concentration and mental clarity. Crafting your own rosemary oil can help you connect with this enduring symbol of remembrance. Dandelion root decoction for detoxification. Often dismissed as a weed, dandelion holds immense value in traditional Chinese and Native American medicine. Grandmothers across cultures brewed decoctions from roasted dandelion root to support liver function and detoxify the blood. Its bitter flavor stimulates digestion, while its diuretic properties aid in flushing toxins. Next time you see dandelions sprouting in your yard, consider harvesting their roots instead of discarding them, a gesture of gratitude for their resilience and generosity. Each remedy tells a story, not just about the plant itself, but about the hands that prepared it and the lives it touched. By recreating these recipes, you participate in a living lineage, bridging past and present through acts of care and intention. #guided visualization, connecting with your ancestral grandmother. One of the most powerful ways to access the medicine of the grandmothers is through guided visualization. This practice invites you to meet your ancestral grandmother in the realm of imagination, seeking her guidance and wisdom. Follow the steps below to embark on this journey. 1. Prepare your space. Find a quiet, comfortable spot where you won't be disturbed. Light a candle or burn incense if desired, setting an atmosphere conducive to reflection. 2. Ground yourself. Take several deep breaths, inhaling slowly through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Feel your body becoming heavier, sinking into the earth like tree roots anchoring you to the ground. 3. Enter the forest. Imagine yourself walking along a forest path bathed in golden sunlight. Notice the sounds around you, the rustling leaves, chirping birds, gentle breeze. Allow yourself to feel safe and supported. Meet your grandmother. As you continue walking, you come upon a clearing. Standing there is a woman radiating warmth and kindness, your ancestral grandmother. She may appear as someone you know or someone entirely new, embodying the essence of maternal love and wisdom. Greet her with respect and openness. 5. Receive her gift. Ask your grandmother what message or gift she wishes to share with you. It might take the form of words, images, sensations, or even a tangible object like a flower or stone. Trust whatever arises without judgment. 6. Express gratitude. Thank your grandmother for her presence and guidance. Offer her a token of appreciation, such as a song, prayer, or heartfelt words. 7. Return to the present. Slowly retrace your steps along the forest path, carrying the gift you received. When you feel ready, open your eyes and return to the here and now. After completing this exercise, spend some time journaling about your experience. What did your grandmother teach you? How does her wisdom resonate with your current life challenges or aspirations? Revisiting this visualization periodically can deepen your connection to ancestral support. #honoring the contributions of women in herbal medicine. As we celebrate the medicine of the grandmothers, it is crucial to acknowledge the systemic barriers they faced and continue to face in sharing their knowledge. Patriarchal structures, colonial oppression, and capitalist exploitation have historically marginalized women's voices, silencing their contributions and appropriating their discoveries. Recognizing these injustices is the first step toward rectifying them. Supporting women-led initiatives in herbalism is one way to honor their legacy. Seek out workshops, books, and products created by female practitioners, particularly those from underrepresented communities. Amplify their voices by sharing their work with others and advocating for equitable representation within the field. Additionally, consider volunteering with organizations dedicated to preserving indigenous plant knowledge and promoting environmental justice. On a personal level, you can honor the grandmothers by incorporating rituals of reverence into your daily life. Light a candle in their memory before preparing a meal or tending to your garden. Speak their names aloud during ceremonies or meditations. Plant flowers that remind you of their nurturing energy. Every act of remembrance strengthens the bond between you and the lineage they safeguarded. #coming home to the grandmother within. The medicine of the grandmothers is not confined to external sources. It resides within each of us. Regardless of gender, everyone possesses the capacity to nurture, heal, and guide. By embracing this inner grandmother archetype, we tap into a wellspring of wisdom capable of transforming ourselves and our communities. To awaken the grandmother within, cultivate qualities such as patience, empathy, and resilience. Practice listening deeply, not only to others but also to the whispers of the earth. Tend to your relationships with the same care and devotion that a grandmother might give to her grandchildren. Above all, trust in your innate ability to create beauty and foster connection wherever you go. In honoring the medicine of the grandmothers, we do more than preserve traditions. We weave a tapestry of healing that spans lifetimes. We remember that every leaf, every root, every petal carries a fragment of their love. And we affirm that their legacy will endure, passed from hand to hand, heart to heart, until all beings find solace in the arms of the earth. 3. Building a personal apothecary. Hashtag the heart of the home herbalist. A personal apothecary is more than a collection of dried herbs, tinctures, and salves. It is a sacred space where the wisdom of the earth meets your daily life. It is a tangible expression of your commitment to healing, self-care, and connection with nature. Whether you live in a bustling city apartment or a countryside cottage, creating an apothecary allows you to cultivate independence, deepen your relationship with plants, and honor the ancient traditions of herbalism. At its core, building a personal apothecary is about accessibility. Imagine having remedies at your fingertips when you need them most: a soothing tea for insomnia on restless nights, a balm for cuts and scrapes after a busy day, or a tincture to calm anxiety during overwhelming moments. This chapter will guide you through the essentials of crafting your own apothecary, from selecting herbs and sourcing sustainable ingredients to preparing remedies and organizing your supplies. Along the way, you'll discover how this practice can transform not only your health, but also your sense of purpose and belonging within the natural world. Hashtag essential herbs for beginners and advanced practitioners. The beauty of herbalism lies in its versatility. There are countless herbs to explore, each with unique properties and applications. To help you navigate this vast landscape, we've curated a list of essential herbs suited for both beginners and advanced practitioners. These selections cover a range of physical, emotional, and energetic needs, ensuring that your apothecary becomes a comprehensive resource for holistic well-being. 1. Chamomile. Matricaria chamomilla, known as the mother herb for its gentle yet powerful effects. Chamomile is a staple for calming nerves, easing digestive issues, and promoting restful sleep. Its apple-like aroma makes it a comforting addition to teas, baths, and infused oils. For beginners, chamomile serves as a gateway herb, offering immediate results without requiring complex preparations. 2. Lavender. Lavandula angustifolia, revered for its versatility, lavender supports relaxation, reduces inflammation, and uplifts the spirit. Use it in sachets, salves, or steam inhalations to soothe headaches and tension. Advanced practitioners might experiment with lavender hydrosols or essential oils to address deeper energetic imbalances related to stress and fear. 3. Echinacea. Echinacea purpurea, a cornerstone of immune support. Echinacea helps ward off colds, flu, and infections. Begin by making simple decoctions or tinctures. Then progress to combining it with other herbs like elderberry or ginger for enhanced efficacy. For rosemary, Rosmarinus officinalis, symbolizing remembrance and clarity, rosemary stimulates circulation, sharpens focus, and protects against negative energies. Incorporate it into hair rinses, culinary dishes, or smudging bundles. Experienced herbalists often use rosemary in rituals to clear stagnant energy and invite new beginnings. 5. Nettle. Urtica dioica, rich in vitamins and minerals, nettle nourishes the body, strengthens immunity, and alleviates seasonal allergies. Start with infusions or soups. Then explore its potential in poultices for joint pain or skin irritations. 6. Mugwort. Artemisia vulgaris, associated with dreams and intuition, mugwort opens gateways to the subconscious mind. Brew it into teas before bedtime or burn it as incense to enhance psychic awareness. While potent, mugwort should be approached with respect due to its strong energetic influence. These herbs represent just the beginning of what your apothecary can hold. As you grow more confident, consider adding adaptogens like ashwagandha or reishi mushrooms for resilience, nervines like skullcap or passionflower for nervous system support, and aphrodisiacs like damiana or maca for vitality. Remember, the key is to choose herbs that resonate with your personal needs and intentions. Hashtag sourcing sustainable, ethical ingredients. One of the most important aspects of building a personal apothecary is ensuring that your ingredients are sourced sustainably and ethically. Plants are living beings deserving of respect, and their habitats must be protected if we are to preserve biodiversity for future generations. Here's how to approach this responsibly. 1. Grow your own herbs. If space permits, cultivating your own medicinal garden is one of the most rewarding ways to source herbs. Even small balconies or windowsills can accommodate potted plants like mint, basil, or thyme. Growing your own ensures freshness, minimizes environmental impact, and deepens your bond with the plants. 2. Harvest wild plants mindfully. When gathering herbs from the wild, always follow the principles of ethical wildcrafting. Research local regulations, avoid overharvesting, and leave enough behind for the ecosystem to thrive. Offer gratitude through prayers, songs, or offerings, acknowledging the reciprocity between humans and nature. 3. Support local farmers and herbalists. Purchasing herbs from local growers reduces carbon footprints and fosters community connections. Visit farmers markets, join CSA programs, or collaborate with nearby herbalists who prioritize organic and biodynamic practices. 4. Choose reputable suppliers. If growing or wildcrafting isn't feasible, select suppliers committed to sustainability. Look for certifications like USDA Organic, Fair Trade, or Rainforest Alliance. Avoid companies that exploit indigenous knowledge or engage in unethical harvesting methods. By prioritizing sustainability, you align your apothecary with the values of reciprocity and stewardship, a reflection of the earth's generosity toward you. Hashtag recipes for salves, tinctures, teas, and oils. With your herbs in hand, it's time to bring them to life through practical preparations. Below are step-by-step instructions for creating 4 foundational remedies: salves, tinctures, teas, and infused oils. Each method highlights different facets of herbal medicine, from topical applications to internal tonics. 1. Calendula salve for skin healing. Ingredients: 1 cup dried calendula flowers, 1 cup olive oil, 1 ounce beeswax pellets, optional essential oils. Instructions: infuse calendula flowers in olive oil using a double boiler for 2 to 4 hours. Strain the oil through cheesecloth, then return it to the heat. Add beeswax pellets and stir until melted. Pour the mixture into jars and let cool. Customize with lavender or tea tree essential oils for added benefits. 2. Elderberry tincture for immune support. Ingredients: 1 cup dried elderberries, 2 cups alcohol, 80 proof vodka or brandy. Instructions: place elderberries in a glass jar and cover with alcohol. Seal tightly and store in a dark place for 4 to 6 weeks, shaking daily. Strain through cheesecloth and transfer the liquid to amber bottles. Take 1 to 2 dropperfuls daily during cold and flu season. 3. Hibiscus tea blend for hydration and vitality. Ingredients: 1 tablespoon dried hibiscus flowers, 1 teaspoon dried peppermint leaves, 1 teaspoon dried lemon balm, honey or citrus slices, optional. Instructions: combine herbs in a teapot and steep in hot water for 5 to 10 minutes. Sweeten with honey or garnish with fresh citrus as desired. Enjoy chilled or warm for a refreshing boost. 4. St. John's wort infused oil for nerve pain. Ingredients: fresh St. John's wort flowers, carrier oil, olive or sunflower, glass, jar. Instructions: fill a jar halfway with St. John's wort flowers and top with oil. Seal and place in direct sunlight for 3 to 4 weeks, shaking occasionally. Strain and bottle th. E-oil. Apply topically to areas of nerve pain or inflammation. N. These recipes serve as a foundation for experimentation. Adjust proportions, substitute herbs, and tailor formulations to suit your preferences. Over time, you'll develop a repertoire of personalized remedies that reflect your unique journey with Herbalis. M. Hashtag storage techniques and shelf life considera. Tie-ins. Proper storage is critical for maintaining the potency and longevity of your herbal preparations. Follow these guidelines to ensure your apothecary remains effective and safe. 1. Dark glass containers. Store all liquids, tinctures, oils, and hydrosols in amber or cobalt blue glass bottles to protect them from light degradation. Plastic containers should be avoided as they can leach chemicals into the contents. 2. Cool, dry environments. Keep your apothecary away from heat sources and humidity, which can compromise quality. Basements, closets, or dedicated cabinets work well. 3. Label everything. Clearly label each item with its name, date of preparation, and expiration date. Most dried herbs last 1 to 2 years, tinctures up to 5 years, and salves 6 months to a year, depending on preservative. VS used. 4. Rotate stock regularly. Practice first in, first out to prevent waste. Use older items before newer ones and periodically check for signs of spoilage, such as off smells or mold growth. By implementing these techniques, you safeguard your investment of time and resources while ensuring that every remedy remains vibrant and effective. Hashtag the living legacy of you. Our apothecary. Your personal apothecary is more than a repository of remedies. It is a living legacy, a testament to your dedication to healing, learning, and honoring the earth. As you tend to your supplies, you participate in a timeless tradition passed down rough generations. You become part of a continuum linking the wisdom of the past with the possibilities of the future. Each jar, bottle, and tin tells a story, not just of the plants contained within, but of the hands that prepared them and the hearts that envisioned their creation. Through your apothecary, you extend care not only to yourself and loved ones, but also to the planet whose gifts sustain us all. So take pride in this endeavor. Celebrate the small victories, the first successful salve, the perfect cup of tea brewed from homegrown herbs, the moment someone expresses gratitude for your creations. And remember that building a personal apothecary is not a destination, but a lifelong journey. With every step forward, you deepen your roots in the earth and expand your capacity to heal, nurture, and thrive. Welcome to the art of apothecary making. May it fill your life with beauty, pose, and abundance. 4. Harvesting with respect. Hashtag the ethics of wildcraft. ING and reciprocity. Harvesting plants from the wild is an ancient practice steeped in reverence, intention, and reciprocity. It is a sacred act, a dialogue between humans and the earth that honors the interconnectedness of all life. Yet, this relationship must be approached with care and responsibility. Without ethical guidelines, wildcrafting can lead to overharvesting, habitat destruction, and the loss of biodiversity. This chapter explores the principles of mindful harvesting, offering practical tools and spiritual insights to ensure that your interactions with nature are sustainable, respectful, and deeply rooted in gratitude. At its heart, ethical wildcrafting is about reciprocity. Plants give us their medicine willingly, but they also ask for something in return: respect, protection, and acknowledgement of their intrinsic value. When you harvest herbs, you enter into a covenant with the land, a promise to take only what you need, leave no trace, and give back in meaningful ways. By adhering to these principles, you become not just a consumer of nature's gifts, but a steward of her abundance. Hashtag asking permission, listening the language of plants. Before you pluck a single leaf or dig up a root, pause. Take a moment to connect with the plant and ask permission. This may sound esoteric, but it is a vital step in cultivating a reciprocal relationship with the natural world. Plants communicate through subtle cues, changes in energy, shifts in color or texture, even intuitive feelings that arise within you. Learning to interpret these signals residential patience, and presence. Begin by sitting quietly near the plant. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and set an intention to listen. You might silently ask, "Am I welcome to harvest from you? Will my actions harm you or your community?" Then wait. Observe how the plant responds. Does it feel vibrant and generous, as if offering itself freely? Or does it seem guarded, signaling that now is not the time? Trust your instincts. They are oft and more attuned than you realize. If permission is granted, express your gratitude before proceeding. Offer a prayer, sing a song, or leave a small token, such as a strand of hair, a pinch of tobacco, or a splash of water. These gestures remind us that harvesting is not a one-sided transaction. It is a mutual exchange. If permission is denied, honor the plant's wishes without resistance. There will always be another opportunity, another patch of herb, waiting to share their medicine. Hashtag seasonal harvesting cycles and their significance. Nature operates in cycles, and so should we. Each season carries its own rhythm, dictating when certain plants are ready to be harvested. Understanding these cycles ensures that you gather herbs at their peak potency while minimizing disruption to ecosystems. Here's a guide to seasonal harvesting practices. Spring, awakening and cleansing. Spring is a time of renewal when the earth awakens from winter's slumber. Young shoots, tender greens, and early flowers emerge, offering cleansing and revitalizing properties. Dandelion leaves, nettles, and cleavers are ideal for springtime harvesting. Use them fresh in salads, teas, or infusions to detoxify the body and invigorate the spirit. Summer, abundance and vitality. As the days grow longer and warmer, plants reach their full expression. Flowers like calendula, lavender, and chamomile bloom abundantly, making summer the perfect season for gathering herbs rich in essential oils and antioxidants. Berries such as elderberries and blackberries ripen during this time, providing nourishment and immune support. Autumn, preparation and preservation. With autumn comes the harvest of roots, seeds, and barks. Plants direct their energy inward, storing nutrients in preparation for dormancy. Burdock root, echinacea root, and rose hips are excellent choices for autumn harvesting. Dry or tincture these herbs to create remedies that sustain you through the colder months. Winter, rest and reflection. Winter is a time of stillness, yet evergreen trees like pine and cedar continue to offer their medicine. Gather needles and cones for teas or smudging bundles, invoking clarity and resilience during the darkest days of the year. Winter is also an ideal time to reflect on your harvesting practices, plan for the coming seasons, and deepen your connection with the earth through meditation and ritual. By aligning your harvesting efforts with these natural cycles, you harmonize with the rhythms of the earth. This synchronization enhances both the quality of your remedies and your sense of belonging within the web of life. Hashtag Indigenous perspectives on plant reciprocity and gratitude. Indigenous cultures around the world have long understood the importance of reciprocity in human-plant relationships. For many tribes, plants are seen as relatives, sentient beings with whom we share kinship and mutual obligations. This worldview fosters a deep sense of accountability, ensuring that resources are used wisely and respectfully. Take, for example, the Haudenosaunee Iroquois tradition of the Thanksgiving address. Before gatherings, ceremonies, or harvests, individuals recite a series of prayers expressing gratitude to the earth, water, plants, animals, and all elements of creation. This practice reinforces the interconnectedness of all life and reminds participants of their duty to protect and preserve the natural world. Similarly, the Maori concept of Kaitiakitanga emphasizes guardianship and stewardship. Practitioners view themselves as caretakers of the land, responsible for maintaining balance and harmony. When harvesting kawakawa leaves or manuka bark, they follow strict protocols to avoid depleting populations and disrupting ecosystems. These indigenous perspectives offer profound lessons for modern herbalists. They challenge us to move beyond transactional thinking and embrace a relational approach to healing. By incorporating rituals of gratitude and acts of reciprocity into our harvesting practices, we honor the wisdom of those who came before us and contribute to the sustainability of future generations. #Practical tips for ethical wildcrafting. While the spiritual aspects of harvesting are crucial, practical considerations are equally important. Below are actionable tips to help you wildcraft responsibly. 1. Research local laws and regulations. Familiarize yourself with any restrictions or permits required for harvesting in your area. Some regions prohibit the collection of certain species due to conservation concerns. 2. Avoid endangered species. Refrain from harvesting rare or threatened plants. Instead, focus on abundant species or cultivate endangered varieties in your garden to support their propagation. 3. Leave enough behind. Never remove more than 10 to 20% of a plant population. Doing so allows the ecosystem to recover and thrive. Chapter 5. Herbal Allies for Grief, Joy, and Spirit. #The emotional language of herbs. Herbs are not passive participants in our lives. They are dynamic allies capable of meeting us where we are, whether in the depths of grief, the heights of joy, or the quiet spaces of spiritual longing. Each plant carries its own energetic signature, a unique vibration that resonates with specific facets of the human experience. By working with herbs intentionally, we can navigate the complexities of emotion, cultivate resilience, and deepen our connection to spirit. This chapter invites you to explore the emotional and spiritual dimensions of herbalism, offering profiles of key herbs, rituals for processing emotions, and insights into how plants can become companions on your journey toward wholeness. #Profiles of herbs for grief, joy, and spiritual connection. Plants have long been revered as healers of the heart and soul. Below are profiles of herbs that excel in supporting emotional well-being and fostering spiritual growth. Each herb is accompanied by suggestions for preparation and use, helping you integrate their medicine into your daily life. 1. Rose Rosa SPP, the heart opener. Rose is the quintessential herb for grief and heartache. Its gentle yet profound energy softens hardened emotions, dissolves walls around the heart, and invites vulnerability. Rose petals brewed into tea or infused into honey create a soothing remedy for those navigating loss or heartbreak. For spiritual purposes, rose water sprinkled on altars or used in baths enhances divine love and compassion. 2. Lemon balm, Melissa officinalis, the joyful comforter. Lemon balm embodies the essence of joy, a bright, citrusy herb that uplifts the spirit and calms frazzled nerves. Its antidepressant properties make it ideal for combating low moods, while its mild sedative effects ease anxiety. Brew lemon balm into sun tea during summer months or combine it with mint for a refreshing tonic. Burn dried leaves as incense to infuse your space with cheerfulness and light. 3. Mugwort, Artemisia vulgaris, the dream weaver. Mugwort bridges the realms of waking and dreaming, making it an invaluable ally for spiritual seekers. It stimulates lucid dreams, enhances intuition, and clears energetic blockages. Place mugwort under your pillow before sleep to invite prophetic visions, or burn it as smudge to cleanse spaces of stagnant energy. Note that mugwort's potent energetics require respect and moderation. For motherwort, Lineage cardaica, the soother of sorrow. Motherwort specializes in comforting those burdened by grief or overwhelm. Its Latin name, Lineage, meaning lion-hearted, reflects its ability to instill courage and strength during difficult times. A tincture made from fresh motherwort eases panic attacks and palpitations, while a poultice applied to the chest soothes emotional tension stored in the body. 5. Lavender, Lavandula angustifolia, the calmer of chaos. Few herbs rival lavender's versatility in addressing emotional turmoil. Whether used in aromatherapy, teas, or salves, lavender balances extremes, calming hyperactivity while energizing lethargy. Its calming scent makes it perfect for diffusing during moments of stress or incorporating into evening routines to promote restful sleep. 5. Herbal allies for grief, joy, and spirit. Hashtag the emotional language of herbs. Herbs are not passive participants in our lives. They are dynamic allies capable of meeting us where we are, whether in the depths of grief, the heights of joy, or the quiet spaces of spiritual longing. Each plant carries its own energetic signature, a unique vibration that resonates with specific facets of the human experience. By working with herbs intentionally, we can navigate the complexities of emotion, cultivate resilience, and deepen our connection to spirit. This chapter invites you to explore the emotional and spiritual dimensions of herbalism, offering profiles of key herbs, rituals for processing emotions, and insights into how plants can become companions on your journey toward wholeness. Hashtag profiles of herbs for grief, joy, and spiritual connect. Tie-in. Plants have long been revered as healers of the heart and soul. Below are profiles of herbs that excel in supporting emotional well-being and fostering spiritual growth. Each herb is accompanied by suggestions for preparation and use, helping you integrate their medicine into your daily life. 1. Rose Rosa SPP, the heart opener. Rose is the quintessential herb for grief and heartache. Its gentle yet profound energy softens hardened emotions, dissolves walls around the heart, and invites vulnerability. Rose petals brewed into tea or infused into honey create a soothing remedy for those navigating loss or heartbreak. For spiritual purposes, rose water sprinkled on altars or used in baths enhances divine love and calm. Asion. 2. Lemon balm, Melissa officinalis, the joyful comforter. Lemon balm embodies the essence of joy, a bright, citrusy herb that uplifts the spirit and calms frazzled nerves. Its antidepressant properties make it ideal for combating low moods, while its mild sedative effects ease anxiety. Brew lemon balm into sun tea during summer months or combine it with mint for a refreshing tonic. Burn dried leaves as incense to infuse your space with cheerfulness and 3. Mugwort, Artemisia vulgaris, the dream weaver. Mugwort bridges the realms of waking and dreaming, making it an invaluable ally for spiritual seekers. It stimulates lucid dreams, enhances intuition, and clears energetic blockages. Place mugwort under your pillow before sleep to invite prophetic visions, or burn it as smudge to cleanse spaces of stagnant energy. Note that mugwort's potent energetics require respect and mode. Ration. For motherwort, Leonuris cardaica, the soother of sorrow. Motherwort specializes in comforting those burdened by grief or overwhelm. Its Latin name, Leonuris, meaning lion-hearted, reflects its ability to instill courage and strength during difficult times. A tincture made from fresh motherwort eases panic attacks and palpitations, while a poultice applied to the chest soothes emotional tension stored in the body. 5. Lavender, Lavandula angustifolia, the calmer of chaos. Few herbs rival lavender's versatility in addressing emotional turmoil. Whether used in aromatherapy, teas, or salves, lavender balances extremes, calming hyperactivity while energizing lethargy. Its calming scent makes it perfect for diffusing during moments of stress or incorporating into evening routines to promote full sleep. 6. Frankincense, Boswellia sacra, the sacred space creator. Frankincense transcends the physical realm, serving as a bridge between earthly existence and high. Our consciousness. Burning frankincense resin purifies environments, elevates prayers, and deepens meditation practices. Its woody, resinous aroma anchors the spirit while encouraging TR. Ascendants. These herbs represent just a fraction of nature's pharmacy. As you experiment with different preparations, pay attention to how each plant interacts with your emotional landscape. Trust your intuition to guide you toward the remedies that resonate most deeply with your needs. #Rituals for PR. Assessing grief. Grief is a universal experience, yet it often feels isolating. Working with herbs provides a tangible way to process this complex emotion, transforming pain into healing and remembrance. Below are rituals designed to honor your grief while inviting support from the plant kingdom. 1. Creating a grief altar. Set aside a dedicated space in your home to honor your feelings of loss. Decorate the altar with objects that hold significance, photos of loved ones, mementos, stones, or dried flowers. Include herbal allies like rose petals, lavender sprigs, or bundles of mugwort to symbolize comfort, remembrance, and transition. Spend time sitting near the altar, allowing yourself to cry, write, or simply be present with your emotions. 2. Brewing a grief tea ceremony. Prepare a tea blend using herbs known for their soothing properties, such as motherwort, chamomile, and rose. As you steep the herbs, visualize releasing heavy emotions into the steam rising from the pot. Pour the tea into a favorite mug and sip slowly, imagining warmth spreading through your body and dissolving areas of tightness or resistance. Allow the ritual to unfold naturally. Witho, tea rushing, or judgment. 3. Planting a memorial garden. For those grieving the loss of a loved one, planting a memorial garden offers a living tribute. Choose plants associated with remembrance and renewal, such as forget-me-nots, lavender, or rosemary. As you dig the soil and sow seeds, speak words of gratitude or share memories aloud. Tending to the garden becomes a form of ongoing connection, nurturing both the plants and you. Our healing process. #combining he. RBS for custom blends. One of the joys of herbalism lies in crafting personalized blends tailored to specific emotional states. By combining herbs with complementary properties, you amplify their individual effects and create synergistic remedies. Below are examples of custom blends for grief, joy, and spiritual alignment. 1. Heart healing blend for grief. Ingredients: dried rose petals, hawthorn, berries, motherwort leaves. Preparation: steep 1 teaspoon of each herb in hot water for 10 minutes. Strain and drink twice daily. Purpose: opens the heart, calms the nervous system, and supports emotional release. 2. Uplift blend for joy. Ingredients: fresh lemon balm leaves, dried orange peel, elderflowers. Preparation: infuse the herbs in cold water overnight, then strain and serve over ice. Add honey or a splash of sparkling water for extra brightness. Purpose: boosts mood, reduces stress, and fosters a sense of playfulness. 3. Spirit aligning blend for meditation. Ingredients: loose leaf sage, mugwort, frankincense powder. Preparation: combine equal parts of each herb and burn as incense during meditation or prayer. Alternatively, mix with carrier oil to create an anointing blend for the third eye or crown chakra. Purpose: clears energetic blockages, enhances intuition, and connects you to higher realms. Feel free to adjust these recipes based on availability, preference, or intuition. Over time, you'll develop a repertoire of blends that reflect your unique relationship with herbs and emotions. #testimonials, stories of healing through herbs. Hearing others' stories can inspire and validate your own journey with Herbal allies. Below are testimonials from individuals who've experienced profound shifts through working with herbs. Sarah's story, finding peace after loss. When my grandmother passed away, I felt adrift in a sea of grief. A friend gifted me a jar of rose petal-infused honey, suggesting I add it to tea whenever I needed comfort. At first, I was skeptical, but the act of stirring the honey into warm water became a ritual of remembrance. Slowly, I began to feel her presence again, not as a source of pain, but as a guiding light. James's journey, rediscovering joy. As someone prone to depression, I struggled to find sustainable ways to lift my spirits. Then I discovered lemon balm. I started growing it in my backyard and brewing it into sun tea every morning. The simple act of harvesting the leaves and watching them steep in sunlight reminded me of life's beauty. Now, even on tough days, I know there's always a bit of sunshine waiting in my cup. Maria's awakening, connecting to spirit. During a particularly chaotic period in my life, I turned to mugwort for guidance. One night, after burning the herb as incense, I dreamed vividly of walking through a forest filled with glowing orbs. In the dream, a voice told me, "You are never alone." Since then, I've trusted my intuition more deeply and felt a stronger connection to something greater than myself. These stories illustrate the transformative power of herbs when approached with openness and intention. They remind us that healing is not linear. It unfolds uniquely for each person, guided by the wisdom of plants. Hashtag integrating emotional and spiritual healing. Working with herbs for grief, joy, and spirit is not about erasing emotions or bypassing challenges. It's about embracing them fully and finding balance within the chaos. Plants teach us that all states of being are valid, transient, and interconnected. Just as the earth cycles through seasons of growth, decay, and renewal, so too do our hearts and spirits evolve over time. By integrating herbal practices into your emotional and spiritual toolkit, you reclaim agency over your healing journey. You learn to listen to your body, honor your feelings, and trust the natural rhythms of life. Most importantly, you remember that you are not alone. You are supported by the earth, the plants, and the infinite web of existence. So take these lessons into your hands and your heart. Let the herbs guide you, nurture you, and remind you of your inherent capacity to heal, grow, and thrive. Welcome to the sacred art of emotional and spiritual herbalism. May it bring you solace, inspiration, and transformation. Hashtag bridging ancient wisdom with modern needs. The teachings in this chapter align closely with the themes explored in the Healing with Earth and Energy series. Just as the earth holds the codes of healing and balance, so too do herbs carry ancient wisdom encoded in their leaves, roots, and flowers. These plants reconnect us to our lineage, reminding us that healing doesn't have to be abstract or inaccessible. It can be as simple as sipping a cup of tea or inhaling the scent of lavender. Through herbs, we access the intelligence of the earth and awaken the intelligence within ourselves. We step into sacred rhythm, attuning our bodies, minds, and spirits to the pulse of Gaia. And in doing so, we honor the legacy of our ancestors, who understood that true healing begins with harmony, not only within ourselves, but also with the world around us. As you continue exploring the interplay between herbs, emotions, and spirit, may you find peace, joy, and clarity. May these practices ground you in the present moment while opening doors to deeper understanding. And may you always remember, the earth heals, teaches, and transforms when we listen. Welcome back to the embrace of nature. Welcome back to yourself. 6. Tea ceremony and infusion practices. Hashtag the art of slowing down. In a world that often feels like it's spinning faster than we can keep up, the simple act of making tea becomes revolutionary. A tea ceremony is not merely about steeping leaves in hot water. It is an invitation to pause, breathe deeply, and reconnect with the sacred rhythms of life. Every element of the process, the selection of herbs, the preparation of water, the pouring of liquid into a cup, is an opportunity to cultivate mindfulness, gratitude, and presence. Tea has been revered across cultures for millennia as both medicine and ritual. From Japanese matcha ceremonies to Moroccan mint tea rituals, these traditions remind us that tea is more than a beverage. It is a bridge between the physical and spiritual realms. By engaging in tea ceremonies and infusion practices, we honor the wisdom of our ancestors while creating space for personal reflection and healing. This chapter explores the art of preparing loose-leaf teas and infusions, delving into their cultural variations, therapeutic benefits, and transformative potential. Hashtag loose-leaf teas versus infusions, understanding the difference. Before diving into specific recipes and techniques, it's important to distinguish between loose-leaf teas and herbal infusions. While both involve steeping plant material in water, they differ in preparation methods, intended uses, and energetic qualities. Loose-leaf teas. Loose-leaf teas are typically made from dried leaves, flowers, or roots that are steeped briefly, usually 5 to 10 minutes, in hot water. Common examples include green tea, black tea, chamomile, and peppermint. These teas are prized for their convenience, versatility, and ability to deliver immediate results. Whether you're seeking clarity, green tea, relaxation, chamomile, or digestive support, peppermint, loose-leaf teas offer quick access to plant medicine. Herbal infusions. Infusions, on the other hand, require longer steeping times, often several hours or overnight, to extract maximum nutrients and medicinal properties. They are particularly effective for working with nutrient-dense herbs like nettles, oat straw, or red clover. Infusions provide deep nourishment, supporting long-term health goals such as immune strengthening, hormonal balance, or adrenal recovery. Because they are highly concentrated, infusions should be consumed mindfully, savoring each sip as a form of self-care. Both preparations have their place in your apothecary. Loose-leaf teas are ideal for daily use, offering gentle yet consistent support. Herbal infusions, meanwhile, serve as potent tonics for targeted healing and rejuvenation. Together, they create a dynamic duo that meets your needs across the spectrum of wellness. Hashtag cultural variations of tea ceremonies. Tea ceremonies vary widely across cultures, reflecting the unique values, aesthetics, and philosophies of each tradition. Exploring these variations enriches our understanding of tea as a global language, one that transcends borders while honoring diversity. Below are examples of iconic tea ceremonies from around the world. Japanese matcha ceremony. The Japanese matcha ceremony, or shinoyu, is a meditative practice centered on harmony, ***, respect, **K**, purity, **say**, and tranquility, **Jaku**. Participants gather in a serene setting where every movement, from whisking the powdered green tea to bowing in gratitude, is performed with precision and intention. Matcha itself is rich in antioxidants and L-theanine, promoting calm focus and mental clarity. Chinese gongfu cha, meaning making tea with skill, emphasizes the artistry of brewing oolong, pu'er, or green tea. Practitioners use small teapots and cups to highlight the nuances of flavor and aroma in each infusion. The ceremony encourages mindful tasting, inviting participants to notice subtle shifts in texture, color, and scent. Gongfu cha teaches patience and attentiveness, reminding us that mastery comes through repetition and refinement. Moroccan mint tea ritual. In Morocco, serving mint tea is an expression of hospitality and community. Green tea leaves are combined with fresh spearmint and sugar, then poured dramatically from a height to create frothy layers. The ritual fosters connection, as guests share stories and laughter over multiple rounds of tea. Mint tea aids digestion, cools the body, and uplifts the spirit, a perfect antidote to dessert heat and busy lives. Indian chai tradition. Chai, a spiced milk tea beloved in India, blends black tea with warming spices like cardamom, cinnamon, ginger, and cloves. Brewed slowly over stovetops and served in clay cups, chai embodies comfort and vitality. It stimulates circulation, soothes sore throats, and warms the soul during chilly mornings or rainy afternoons. By incorporating elements of these traditions into your own practice, you celebrate the universality of tea while respecting its cultural roots. Perhaps you'll adopt the Japanese emphasis on simplicity, the Chinese focus on precision, or the Moroccan joy of sharing. Whatever resonates most deeply, let it guide you toward creating meaningful rituals that resonate with your spirit. #therapeutic benefits of herbs in tea form. Herbal teas are among the oldest forms of medicine, revered for their ability to address a wide range of physical, emotional, and energetic imbalances. Here are some key herbs commonly used in teas and infusions, along with their therapeutic applications. 1. Chamomile, Matricaria chamomilla. Known as the mother herb for its soothing effects, chamomile calms nerves, eases digestive issues, and promotes restful sleep. Its apple-like aroma creates a cozy atmosphere, making it perfect for evening rituals. 2. Nettle, Urtica dioica. Nettle is a nutritional powerhouse, rich in vitamins A, C, K, and minerals like iron and calcium. Drinking nettle infusion strengthens bones, boosts immunity, and alleviates seasonal allergies. 3. Tulsi, Ocimum sanctum. Also known as holy basil, Tulsi supports the adrenals, reduces stress, and enhances respiratory health. Its spicy sweet flavor makes it a delightful addition to morning routines. 4. Lemon balm, Melissa officinalis. Lemon balm lifts mood, sharpens focus, and eases anxiety. Its citrusy brightness pairs beautifully with honey or fresh lemon juice. 5. Rose, Rosa spp. Rose petals open the heart, soothe grief, and inspire self-love. Add them to teas, or infuse them into honey for a touch of romance and tenderness. Each herb carries its own story, energetics, and healing potential. Experiment with single herb teas to understand their individual properties, then combine them into custom blends tailored to your needs. For example, mix chamomile and lavender for relaxation or pair tulsi and ginger for invigoration. #mindfulness exercises to deepen the tea drinking experience. To fully embrace the magic of tea ceremonies, consider integrating mindfulness exercises into your routine. These practices heighten awareness, deepen appreciation, and amplify the therapeutic benefits of tea. 1. Gratitude meditation before sipping. Before taking your first sip, close your eyes and take 3 slow, deliberate breaths. Silently thank the earth, the plants, and the hands that brought this tea to your cup. Reflect on the journey of the herbs, from seed to harvest to infusion, and feel gratitude for their medicine. 2. Sensory exploration during tasting. As you drink, engage all 5 senses. Notice the color and clarity of the liquid. Inhale its fragrance, observe its temperature against your lips, savor its taste, and listen to the quiet sound of swallowing. Allow yourself to fully immerse in the experience without distraction. 3. Journaling afterward. Keep a notebook nearby to jot down thoughts, feelings, or insights that arise during your tea ceremony. Did a particular herb evoke memories? Did the act of slowing down bring clarity to a decision or challenge? Writing helps anchor your reflections and track patterns over time. 4. Sharing with others. Invite friends or family to join you for a shared tea ceremony. Take turns discussing what the ritual means to each person how the herbs feel in the body or any emotions that surface. Connection amplifies the healing power of tea, fostering bonds and mutual support. These exercises transform tea drinking from a mundane habit into a sacred ritual, a moment of stillness amidst life's chaos. Hashtag recipes for healing through tea. Below are recipes for teas designed to address specific health concerns, enhance emotional well-being, and align with the energies of the seasons. 1. Immune-boosting winter blend. Ingredients: dried elderberries, rose hips, ginger slices, cinnamon sticks. Preparation: simmer ingredients in water for 15 to 20 minutes, strain, and sweeten with honey if desired. Drink daily to ward off colds and flu. 2. Calming evening tea. Ingredients: dried chamomile flowers, lavender buds, lemon balm leaves. Preparation: steep herbs in hot water for 10 minutes, strain, and enjoy before bed. Enhance relaxation by adding a splash of warm almond milk. 3. Energizing morning infusion. Ingredients: fresh tulsi leaves, dried peppermint, grated ginger. Preparation: combine herbs in a jar, cover with boiling water, and steep overnight. Strain and drink first thing in the morning for a vibrant start to your day. 4. Heart-opening spring blend. Ingredients: dried hibiscus flowers, rose petals, orange peel. Preparation: steep herbs in hot water for 8 to 10 minutes, strain, and garnish with a slice of fresh citrus. This blend invites joy, creativity, and renewal. Feel free to adjust proportions based on taste preferences or availability. Over time, you'll develop signature blends that reflect your unique relationship with herbs and tea. Hashtag embracing tea as medicine. Tea is more than a drink. It is a teacher, healer, and companion. Through its warmth and wisdom, it reminds us to slow down, listen deeply, and honor the interconnectedness of all life. Whether you're crafting elaborate ceremonies or simply steeping a single leaf in solitude, tea offers endless opportunities for growth, healing, and connection. So pour yourself a cup, sit quietly, and let the steam carry your worries away. Let the flavors awaken your senses, and the silence fill your heart. In this moment, you are not separate from nature. You are nature. And through tea, you come home to the earth, to yourself, and to the infinite possibilities within. Welcome to the sacred art of tea ceremony and infusion practices. May they nourish your body, soothe your soul, and illuminate your path forward. 7. Energetic herbalism. Spirit before symptom. Hashtag healing beyond the physical, the essence of energetic herbalism. In the realm of holistic healing, symptoms are often viewed as messengers, signals from the body and spirit pointing to deeper imbalances. While addressing physical ailments is essential, energetic herbalism invites us to look beyond the surface, exploring the subtle layers of energy that underpin our well-being. This approach recognizes that true healing begins not with the eradication of symptoms, but with the restoration of harmony within the energetic field, the invisible web of life force, emotions, thoughts, and spirit that sustains us. Energetic herbalism bridges the gap between the tangible and intangible, integrating the wisdom of plants with the language of energy systems like chakras, meridians, and auric fields. It asks us to consider what energetic blockages might be manifesting as physical discomfort. How can herbs help realign the flow of prana, life force, or clear stagnant vibrations? By addressing the root cause at the energetic level, we create space for profound transformation that ripples outward into every aspect of our lives. This chapter delves into the principles of energetic herbalism, offering tools to diagnose energetic imbalances, craft personalized protocols, and deepen your understanding of how plants interact with the unseen realms of human experience. Through this exploration, you'll discover that healing is not merely about fixing what's broken. It's about remembering who you truly are, a radiant being of light deeply connected to the earth and cosmos. Hashtag understanding energy systems, chakras, meridians, and aura layers. To work effectively with energetic herbalism, it's crucial to familiarize yourself with the foundational energy systems of the body. These systems serve as maps, guiding us toward areas of imbalance and providing pathways for healing. 1. Chakras. The chakra system consists of 7 primary energy centers aligned along the spine, each corresponding to specific physical, emotional, and spiritual functions. For example, root chakra, Muladhara, grounds us in safety, stability, and connection to the earth. Imbalances here may manifest as anxiety, fatigue, or financial struggles. Herbs like nettle, dandelion root, and patchouli can help anchor and fortify this energy center. Heart chakra, Anahata, governs love, compassion, and forgiveness. Blockages in this area often result in grief, resentment, or isolation. Rose, hawthorn, and motherwort are excellent allies for opening and healing the heart. Third eye chakra, Ajna, facilitates intuition, insight, and clarity. When blocked, one may experience confusion, lack of focus, or disconnection from inner guidance. Mugwort, lavender, and eyebright support third eye activation. 2. Meridians. In traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, meridians are channels through which qi, vital energy, flows throughout the body. Each meridian corresponds to an organ system and its associated element. For instance, the liver meridian relates to anger and stagnation, while the kidney meridian governs fear and vitality. Herbal remedies like milk thistle for liver detoxification, or Rehmannia for kidney nourishment, align with these principles, restoring balance to both physical and energetic levels. 3. Auric field. The aura is the luminous energy field surrounding the body, composed of multiple layers that reflect different aspects of our being. A cloudy or fragmented aura indicates energetic depletion, stress, or unresolved trauma. Plants such as frankincense, sage, and rosemary have long been used to cleanse and strengthen the auric field, creating a protective cocoon of light. By understanding these systems, you gain insight into how herbs operate on an energetic level, influencing not just the body but also the mind, emotions, and spirit. Hashtag diagnostic tools for identifying energetic blockages. Identifying energetic blockages requires attunement to subtle cues, both within yourself and in others. Below are practical tools to enhance your diagnostic skills. 1. Intuitive scanning. Close your eyes and visualize extending your awareness outward, scanning the person or yourself for areas of density, heat, coldness, or tingling sensations. Pay attention to any intuitive impressions such as colors, shapes, or emotions that arise. For example, a heavy sensation around the solar plexus might indicate issues with self-worth or personal power. 2. Pendulum dowsing. A pendulum can act as a divination tool to assess energy flow. Hold the pendulum over each chakra or meridian point and observe its movement. Circular motions typically signify balanced energy, while erratic swings suggest blockages. Pair this technique with herbs known to target specific energy centers for enhanced results. 3. Muscle testing, applied kinesiology. This method involves testing muscle strength while holding or thinking about a particular herb or remedy. Strong muscles indicate resonance with the substance, while weak muscles suggest resistance or incompatibility. Use this tool to determine which herbs align most closely with your energetic needs. 4. Dream analysis. Dreams often reveal hidden truths about our energetic state. Keep a dream journal near your bed and record recurring themes, symbols, or emotions upon waking. Certain herbs, like mugwort or valerian, can amplify dream recall and facilitate subconscious processing. These tools empower you to become a detective of your own energy, uncovering patterns and imbalances that may otherwise remain hidden. Remember, diagnosis is not about labeling, but about listening with curiosity and compassion to the whispers of your body and spirit. Hashtag case studies, stories of transformation through energetic herbalism. Real-life examples illuminate the transformative potential of energetic herbalism. Below are case studies illustrating how individuals have healed by addressing their energetic roots. Case study number 1, clearing grief from the heart chakra. Sarah, a 35-year-old artist, struggled with chronic sadness and creative blockages after losing her father. Despite therapy and conventional treatments, she felt stuck emotionally. During an energy session, it became clear that her heart chakra was heavily congested. She began working with rose petal tea, hawthorn tincture, and gentle heart-opening meditations. Over time, Sarah noticed a shift, not only in her mood but also in her ability to express herself creatively. It was like a dam broke, she shared. I could finally feel joy again. Case study number 2, grounding through the root chakra. James, a 42-year-old entrepreneur, experienced frequent panic attacks and insomnia due to overwhelming work demands. An energetic assessment revealed significant instability in his root chakra. He incorporated nettle infusions, patchouli essential oil, and grounding exercises like walking barefoot on grass into his daily routine. Within weeks, James reported feeling more centered and resilient. I realized I'd been floating above my life instead of living it fully, he reflected. Case study number 3, enhancing intuition with third eye activation. Maria, a yoga instructor, sought greater clarity and confidence in making life decisions. Her third eye chakra appeared clouded during an intuitive scan. She turned to mugwort smoke, cleansing, lavender eye pillows, and meditation practices focused on visualization. Slowly, Maria began trusting her instincts more deeply. It's like I tapped into a wellspring of knowing inside me, she said. These stories demonstrate the profound impact of combining herbal remedies with energetic awareness. They remind us that healing is not linear but cyclical, a continuous process of alignment and integration. Hashtag crafting personalized energetic protocols. Once you've identified energetic imbalances, the next step is crafting personalized protocols tailored to your unique needs. Below are guidelines for designing effective routines using herbs, rituals, and energy practices. Step 1. Choose appropriate herbs. Select herbs based on their energetic properties and correspondences. For example, grounding herbs, nettle, dandelion root, vetiver. Heart-opening herbs, rose, hawthorn, motherwort. Third eye activators, mugwort, lavender, clary sage. Step 2. Combine modalities. Integrate herbs with complementary modalities like breath work, crystals, or sound healing. For instance, pair a rose-infused bath with heart-centered affirmations or use a selenite wand alongside mugwort, smudging for auric clearing. Step 3. Establish consistency. Create a daily or weekly ritual to maintain momentum. Even small actions, like drinking a cup of tulsi tea while setting intentions, can yield significant results over time. Step 4. Track progress. Keep a journal to document changes in your energy, mood, and overall well-being. Note any shifts in dreams, relationships, or physical health as indicators of progress. By following these steps, you cultivate a dynamic relationship with your energetic blueprint, fostering lasting balance and vitality. Hashtag aligning with Gaia's pulse, environmental stewardship, and spiritual growth. At its core, energetic herbalism is not solely about individual healing, it's about collective evolution. As you deepen your connection to your own energy field, you simultaneously strengthen your bond with the earth. Plants teach us reciprocity. They give freely of their medicine, asking only that we honor and protect them in return. Practicing environmental stewardship becomes an extension of energetic healing. Planting trees, reducing waste, and advocating for sustainable agriculture are all acts of service that ripple outward, restoring balance to the planet and, consequently, to ourselves. Through embodiment, ritual, and reverence, energetic herbalism reminds us that we are not separate from nature. We are nature. Our bodies mirror the earth's cycles, our spirits dance with the winds, and our hearts beat in sync with the ocean's tides. By embracing this truth, we step into a sacred rhythm, one where healing flows naturally, effortlessly, and abundantly. Hashtag coming home to your true nature. Energetic herbalism is more than a practice, it's a way of being. It invites you to shed the illusion of separation and embrace the interconnectedness of all things. Through herbs, you access the intelligence of the earth. Through energy work, you awaken the intelligence within yourself. Together, they form a bridge, a pathway back to wholeness. So take these teachings into your hands and your heart. Let them guide you toward deeper self-awareness, expanded consciousness, and unconditional love for yourself and the world around you. In doing so, you reclaim not just your health, but your birthright to live harmoniously, joyfully, and authentically as part of the great symphony of life. Welcome to the sacred art of energetic herbalism. May it illuminate your path and awaken your soul. 8. Plant walks and earth listening. Hashtag the call of the wild, reconnecting through plant walks. In a world dominated by concrete jungles, artificial light, and the incessant hum of technology, many of us have forgotten how to listen, to truly listen to the earth. Yet, the natural world continues to whisper its secrets, patiently waiting for us to tune in. One of the most profound ways to reconnect with this ancient dialogue is through plant walks, a practice that invites you to step out of your daily routine and into the sacred embrace of nature. A plant walk is more than a leisurely stroll. It is an intentional journey of discovery, reverence, and reciprocity. It is an opportunity to slow down, open your senses, and engage deeply with the plants, trees, and landscapes around you. Whether you're wandering through a forest, meadow, or even a city park, each step brings you closer to the pulse of Gaia, the living intelligence of the earth. This chapter explores the art of plant walks and earth listening, offering practical guidance for planning your own excursions, interpreting nature's signs, and integrating these practices into your healing journey. Along the way, we'll delve into the therapeutic benefits of immersing yourself in green spaces, reflect on the wisdom of indigenous traditions, and provide journaling prompts to deepen your connection with the land. Hashtag planning and conducting your own plant walk. Embarking on a plant walk requires little more than curiosity, presence, and a willingness to be guided by the earth. Below are steps to help you prepare for and conduct a meaningful experience. 1. Choose your location. Select a place where you feel drawn, whether it's a nearby trail, botanical garden, or even your backyard. Look for areas rich in biodiversity, as they offer a greater variety of plants to observe and interact with. If possible, choose locations free from heavy foot traffic or pollution to ensure a peaceful environment. 2. Set an intention. Before setting out, take a moment to clarify your purpose for the walk. Are you seeking medicinal knowledge, emotional grounding, spiritual insight? Setting an intention helps focus your energy and aligns you with the specific teachings the land may wish to share. 3. Pack thoughtfully. Bring essentials like water, a notebook, and a camera or smartphone for documenting findings. Consider carrying a field guide to local flora or downloading a plant identification app to assist with recognition. N. A small pouch for collecting offerings such as tobacco or cornmeal can also be helpful if you plan to leave tokens of gratitude. 4. Engage all senses. As you begin walking, consciously awaken your senses. Notice the textures of bark beneath your fingertips, the scents carried by the breeze, the colors splashed across leaves and flow. Airs. Listen to the rustling of grasses, the songs of birds, and the rhythm of your own footsteps. Allow yourself to become fully immersed in the sensory tapestry of the mom. And 5. Practice stillness. Pause periodically to sit quietly among the plants. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and let go of mental chatter. In stillness, you create space for subtle impressions, intuitive nudges, emotional shifts, or energetic downloads that often arise during plant walk. 6. Ask questions and observe closely. Approach plants as teachers rather than objects. Gently ask them what lessons they hold for you today. Pay attention to which plants catch your eye, evoke strong feelings, or seem to call to you. These interactions often carry symbolic meaning or point to herbs aligned with your current needs. 7. Leave no trace. Respect the land by minimizing your impact. Avoid picking plants unless you have explicit permission or expertise in ethical wildcrafting. Stick to designated paths. Avoid disturbing wildlife, and clean up after yourself to leave the area pristine. By following these guidelines, you transform a simple walk into a sacred act of communion, one that honors both the earth and your role as a humble participant in her cycles. #interpreting nature's signs, animal encounters, weather patterns, and more. Nature speaks in a language of symbols, using animals, weather, and other phenomena to convey messages tailored to our individual journeys. Learning to interpret these signs enhances your ability to navigate life's challenges and opportunities with greater clarity and trust. 1. Animal encounters. Animals often appear as messengers, reflecting aspects of ourselves or offering guidance at pivotal moments. For example, deer symbolizes gentleness, grace, and intuition. Seeing a deer may encourage you to approach situations with softness and receptivity. Crows represent transformation, mystery, and adaptability. Their presence might signal a need to release old patterns and embrace change. Butterflies emerge as harbingers of renewal, hope, and spiritual growth. Spotting one could indicate a period of personal evolution. On ahead, when encountering animals, pause to reflect on their qualities and how they resonate with your current circumstances. Trust that their appearance is not random, but poseful. 2. Weather patterns. The elements themselves serve as powerful mirrors of inner states. Rain may symbolize cleansing and emotional release, while sunshine signifies illumination and vitality. Storms often herald periods of upheaval followed by renewal, reminding us that turbulence precedes transformation. During your plant walk, notice the weather conditions and how they influence your mood or thoughts. Is there alignment between external conditions and internal experiences? Use these observations as metaphors for navigating life's ebbs and flows. 3. Other phenomena. Pay attention to synchronicities, repeated numbers, colors, or symbols that seem to follow you throughout the day. These occurrences often carry personal significance, acting as breadcrumbs leading you to our deeper truths. Similarly, unusual events, such as finding a feather or stumbling upon a rare flower, may hold clues to unresolved questions or unacknowledged desires. Interpreting nature's signs requires openness and discernment. Not every encounter will yield immediate answers, but over time, patterns will emerge, revealing the intricate web of meaning woven into your surroundings. #forest bathing, the science and spiritual, ITY of immersion. Forest bathing, or Shinrin-yoku, originated in Japan as a therapeutic practice aimed at reducing stress and promoting well-being. While the term suggests literal immersion in water, forest bathing involves immersing yourself in the atmosphere of the forest, breathing in phytoncides, natural compounds released by trees, feeling the coolness of shade, and absorbing the vibrational frequencies of the land. Scientific studies confirm the myriad benefits of forest bathing, including reduced cortisol levels, improved immune function, enhanced mood, and increased creativity. Beyond its physiological effects, however, forest bathing fosters a profound sense of interconnectedness. As you stand beneath towering trees or kneel beside moss-covered stones, you remember that you are part of something vast, a dynamic ecosystem, pulsing with life. To incorporate forest bathing into your plant walks, dedicate extended periods to simply be present in the forest. Resist the urge to analyze or categorize. Instead, allow yourself to merge with the environment. Lean against a tree trunk, lie on the ground, or wade through streams. Feel the heartbeat of the earth beneath your skin and let it remind you of you, our inherent belonging. From a spiritual perspective, forest bathing aligns closely with the themes of the Healing with Earth and Energy series. By attuning to the rhythms of nature, you clear energetic stagnation, recalibrate your nervous system, and restore a lance to your auric field. The forest becomes both healer and teacher, guiding you back to the simplicity and sovereignty of your true self. #reflection prompts for deepening connection. Journaling amplifies the insights gained during plant walks, providing a tangible record of your experiences and revelations. Below are prompts designed to spark reflection and deepen your relationship with the earth. 1. Sensory exploration. What sights, sounds, smells, tastes, and textures stood out during your walk? How did they make you feel? Which plant or landscape element felt most alive to you? Why? 2. Symbolic interpretation. Did any animals cross your path? What do they represent to you personally or culturally? Were there recurring themes, colors, or shapes in the environment? How might they relate to your current life situation? 3. Emotional resonance. How did your emotions shift throughout the walk? Were there moments of joy, peace, sadness, or awe? Was there a particular spot that elicited a strong emotional response? Describe it in detail. 4. Practical takeaways. What new information or inspiration did you receive about working with plants? How can you apply the lessons learned during your walk to your daily life or healing practice? Use these prompts as starting points for exploration, allowing your responses to flow freely without judgment. Over time, your journal will become a treasure trove of wisdom, a testament to your evolving bond with the earth. #carrying the teachings forward. Plant walks and earth listening are not isolated activities, but ongoing practices that weave seamlessly into your lifestyle. By incorporating these rituals into your routine, you cultivate a reciprocal relationship with the land, one rooted in gratitude, stewardship, and reverence. Consider sharing your experiences with others, whether through storytelling, photography, or community workshops. Invite friends, family, or fellow herbalists to join you on future walks, fostering collective connection and mutual learning. And always remember to give back to the earth in meaningful ways, planting native species, supporting conservation efforts, or simply offering silent thanks for her boundless generosity. Ultimately, plant walks remind us of our place within the great symphony of life. They teach us to slow down, listen deeply, and honor the sacred intelligence of the earth. Through this practice, we come home not only to the land, but also to ourselves. Welcome to the sacred art of plant walks and earth listening. May they illuminate your path and awaken your soul. #bridging ancient wisdom with modern needs. The teachings in this chapter resonate powerfully with the ethos of the Healing with Earth and Energy series. Just as the earth holds the codes of healing and balance, so too do plants carry ancient wisdom encoded in their leaves, roots, and flowers. Plant walks reconnect us to our lineage, reminding us that healing doesn't have to be abstract or inaccessible. It can be as simple as stepping outside and opening our hearts. 9. Recipes and rituals from the ancestors. Hashtag the living legacy of ancestral wisdom. Recipes and rituals are more than practical tools. They are vessels of memory, carrying the wisdom, love, and resilience of those who came before us. Passed down through generations, these traditions connect us to our roots and remind us that healing is a communal act woven into the fabric of daily life. In this chapter, we honor the enduring legacy of our ancestors by exploring recipes and rituals that blend practicality with sacredness, functionality with reverence. These practices are not static relics of the past, but living traditions that adapt and evolve alongside us. They invite us to step into the roles of both student and steward, learning from the wisdom of our forebears while adapting their teachings to meet the needs of the present moment. Whether it's brewing a tea with herbs your grandmother once cherished, performing a cleansing ritual rooted in indigenous practices, or crafting remedies inspired by ancient alchemy, these acts tether us to something greater than ourselves. Through recipes and rituals, we find a bridge between the tangible and intangible, the physical nourishment of food and medicine, and the spiritual sustenance of ceremony and connection. This chapter provides a curated selection of ancestral recipes and rituals, along with reflections on their symbolic meanings and instructions for incorporating them into modern life. Hashtag profiles of traditional recipes across cultures. Food and medicine have always been intertwined in ancestral traditions, with recipes serving as both sustenance and remedy. Below are examples of traditional recipes from various cultures, each accompanied by insights into their origins and applications. 1. African ginger tea, Kenya. This warming tea is a staple in many East African households, valued for its digestive and immune-boosting properties. Made from fresh ginger root, lemon, and honey, it is often sipped during cold months or after meals to aid digestion. The addition of cinnamon or cloves enhances its warming effects, making it ideal for combating fatigue and sluggishness. Symbolic meaning. Ginger represents vitality and resilience, qualities deeply revered in Kenyan culture. Drinking ginger tea becomes an act of honoring one's strength and ability to overcome challenges. 2. Haldi Dud, India. Also known as golden milk, Haldi Dud is a turmeric-based drink celebrated in Ayurvedic medicine for its anti-inflammatory and detoxifying benefits. Turmeric, black pepper, and ghee are simmered in warm milk, creating a soothing elixir for body and mind. Traditionally consumed before bed, it promotes restful sleep and joint health. Symbolic meaning. Turmeric symbolizes purification and prosperity in Indian culture. Preparing and drinking Haldi Dud is seen as a form of self-care and gratitude, aligning the individual with the rhythms of nature. 3. Smudging with sage, Native American traditions. While smudging itself is a ritual rather than a recipe, the preparation of sage bundles involves intentionality and respect. White sage is harvested, dried, and bundled tightly before being burned to cleanse spaces, objects, and people of negative energy. The smoke is believed to carry prayers to the Creator while purifying the environment. Symbolic meaning. Sage embodies clarity, protection, and renewal. Burning it serves as a reminder of humanity's responsibility to maintain balance and harmony within the web of life. 4. Rosca de Reyes, Mexico. This sweet bread, traditionally baked for Three Kings Day, January 6th, is adorned with candied fruits and hides a small figurine of baby Jesus inside. Sharing Rosca de Reyes strengthens familial bonds and celebrates the arrival of wise visitors bearing gifts. Symbolic meaning. The hidden figurine represents surprise, faith, and divine presence. Finding it in your slice is considered a blessing, encouraging reflection on life's unexpected joys and blessings. Each recipe reflects the values, beliefs, and environmental context of its origin. By preparing and sharing these dishes, we participate in a continuum of cultural preservation and adaptation. #rituals for cleansing, protection, and renewal. Beyond food and medicine, rituals play a vital role in maintaining emotional, energetic, and spiritual well-being. These practices create sacred containers for transformation, offering structure and meaning to everyday actions. Below are examples of rituals derived from ancestral traditions, designed to cleanse, protect, and renew. 1. Full moon water charging, global folklore. On the night of a full moon, fill a glass jar with spring water and place it under the moonlight. Add crystals like clear quartz or amethyst if desired, and set an intention for the water, for example, clarity, abundance, or healing. Allow the jar to sit overnight, then use the charged water for drinking, bathing, or misting your aura. Symbolic meaning. The full moon amplifies energy and illumination, making it an opportune time for releasing what no longer serves you and inviting new possibilities. 2. Egg cleansing Latin America. Egg cleansing, or limpia, is a folk healing practice used to remove negative energy or malaise. Gently rub a raw egg over your body, starting at the crown of your head and moving downward. RD. Once complete, crack the egg into a glass of water and observe the patterns formed. Cloudy whites or unusual shapes may indicate areas of energetic blockage. Dispose of the egg respectfully, preferably outside or buried in the ear. Symbolic meaning. Eggs represent fertility, purity, and rebirth. Using them in cleansing rituals underscores the cyclical nature of life and the potential for renewal. 3. Fire ceremony, indigenous traditions worldwide. Fire ceremonies are universal rites of purification and transformation. Gather small pieces of paper and write down anything you wish to release, fears, regrets, limiting beliefs, and safely burn them in a contained fire. As the flames consume the papers, visualize the burdens dissolving and transforming into light. Symbolic meaning. Fire embodies passion, courage, and destruction of the old. Engaging in a fire ceremony signifies willingness to let go and embrace change. For ancestral altar creation, various cultures, building an altar dedicated to your ancestors is a powerful way to honor their memory and seek their guidance. Decorate the space with photographs, heirlooms, candles, flowers, and offerings such as fruit, incense, or libations. Spend time meditating near the altar, expressing gratitude, and asking for support. Symbolic meaning. An altars serve as portals connecting the physical and spiritual realms. Tending to them reinforces your bond with lineage and acknowledges the ongoing influence of those who came before you. These rituals are adaptable, allowing you to infuse them with personal touches that resonate with your unique heritage and circumstances. #adapting ancestral practices to mod own life. While ancestral recipes and rituals hold timeless wisdom, they must also be flexible enough to accommodate contemporary lifestyles. Below are suggestions for integrating these traditions into your daily routine without losing their essence. 1. Simplify without sacrifice. Intention. Modern schedules often leave little room for elaborate preparations. Streamline recipes by using readily available ingredients or substituting alternatives. For instance, if fresh ginger isn't accessible, powdered ginger works just as well in teas. Similarly, rituals can be shortened. Instead of a full fire ceremony, light a single candle to symbolize really ASE and renewal. 2. Incorporate technology thoughtfully. Digital tools can enhance rather than detract from ancestral practices. Use apps to track lunar phases for water charging or document plant walks for future reference. However, remain mindful of screen time. Prioritize direct engagement with nature whenever possible. 3. Blend cultures respectfully. Many of us come from blended lineages, inheriting traditions from multiple backgrounds. Honor this diversity by combining elements thoughtfully. For example, pair Native American smudging with Japanese matcha ceremonies to create a hybrid ritual of cleansing and mindfulness. Always approach cross-cultural borrowing with humility and acknowledgement of original sources. 4. Teach others. One of the most impactful ways to preserve ancestral wisdom is by sharing it with others. Host workshops, cook meals together, or guide friends through rituals. Teaching ensures that these practices remain alive and relevant for future generations. By adapting ancestral traditions to suit modern contexts, you ensure their continued relevance and accessibility. #reflections on the power of adaptation. The beauty of ancestral recipes and rituals lies in their resilience, their ability to endure across time and geography while remaining deeply personal. Each ingredient, gesture, and incantation carries layers of meaning shaped by history, environment, and human experience. Yet, these practices are not frozen in amber. They breathe and grow alongside us, evolving to address the complexities of today's world. Consider how herbalism has adapted. Ancient remedies now coexist with scientific validation, and once obscure plants have found global audiences thanks to social media. Similarly, rituals like smudging have transcended cultural boundaries, becoming widely adopted, yet still retaining their core purpose to restore balance and connection. Adaptation does not diminish authenticity. Rather, it enriches it. By embracing flexibility, we honor the spirit of innovation inherent in all living traditions. We acknowledge that wisdom is not static but dynamic, a river flowing continuously, nourishing all who touch its waters. #bridging ancient wisdom with modern needs. The themes explored in this chapter align seamlessly with the ethos of the Healing with Earth and Energy series. Just as the Earth teaches us balance and reciprocity, so too do ancestral recipes, and tools embody these principles. They remind us that healing begins with relationship with the land, with our bodies, and with those who walked before us. Through recipes and rituals, we reclaim agency over our well-being, stepping out of artificial systems and into sacred rhythm. We learn to trust the intelligence of the earth and the wisdom encoded in our DNA, and we discover that true healing is not about fixing brokenness, but about remembering wholeness. As you incorporate these practices into your life, may they ground you in the present moment while open doors to deeper understanding. May they awaken gratitude for the sacrifices and triumphs of your ancestors, inspiring you to carry their torch forward. And may they remind you that the earth heals, teaches, and transforms when we listen. Come back to the wisdom of the ages. Come back to the earth. Come back to yourself. #final thoughts, carrying the torch. Recipes and rituals are threads in the tapestry of human experience, linking past, present, and future. They teach us patience, humility, and the art of listening, not only to the voices of our ancestors, but also to the whispers of the earth herself. Through these practices, we become conduits of healing, stewards of tradition, and bearers of hope. So take these teachings into your hands and your heart. Let them guide you toward deeper connection, expanded consciousness, and unconditional love for yourself and the world around you. In doing so, you reclaim not just your health, but your birthright to live harmoniously, joyfully, and authentically as part of the great symphony of life. Welcome to the sacred art of recipes and rituals from the ancestors. May they illuminate your path and awaken your soul. Through plant walks, we access the intelligence of the earth and awaken the intelligence within ourselves. We step into sacred rhythm, attuning our bodies, minds, and spirits to the pulse of Gaia. And in doing so, we honor the legacy of our ancestors, who understood that true healing begins with harmony, not only within ourselves, but also with the world around us. As you continue exploring the interplay between plants, landscapes, and spirit, may you find peace, clarity, and renewal. May these practices ground you in the present moment while opening doors to deeper understanding. And may you always remember, the earth heals, teaches, and transforms when we listen. Come back to the earth. Come back to yourself. 10. Carrying the lineage forward. Hashtag becoming a steward of ancestral wisdom. In a world increasingly disconnected from its roots, the act of carrying forward ancestral wisdom becomes both a responsibility and a privilege. The knowledge passed down through generations, whether in the form of herbal remedies, rituals, or spiritual practices, is not merely a relic of the past. It is a living legacy that continues to evolve with each person who chooses to honor it. This chapter invites you to step into the role of stewardship, exploring how you can preserve, adapt, and share this sacred heritage while fostering a deeper connection to your lineage and the earth. Carrying the lineage forward is about more than preserving traditions. It is about embodying them. It requires a commitment to learning, teaching, and living in alignment with the principles of reciprocity, respect, and reverence. By integrating ancestral wisdom into your daily life, you create a bridge between the old and the new, ensuring that these teachings remain relevant and accessible for future generations. This chapter will guide you through strategies for becoming a teacher, advocate, and guardian of ancestral knowledge. From storytelling and apprenticeships to community engagement and environmental stewardship, we'll explore practical ways to honor the past while shaping the future. Along the way, we'll reflect on the profound impact of sharing this wisdom, not only for individuals, but also for the collective healing of humanity and the planet. Hashtag storytelling as a tool for preservation. One of the most powerful ways to carry the lineage forward is through storytelling. Stories are the threads that weave together the tapestry of human experience, connecting us across time and space. They transform abstract concepts into relatable narratives, making ancestral wisdom tangible and memorable. 1. Personal narratives. Begin by sharing your own journey with herbalism and ancestral practices. How did you first encounter these traditions? What challenges have you faced? And what insights have you gained? Personal stories humanize the teachings, inspiring others to embark on their own paths of discovery. For example, recount a moment when an herbal remedy healed you or a ritual brought clarity during a difficult time. These anecdotes demonstrate the practical and transformative power of ancestral wisdom, encouraging listeners to explore it for themselves. 2. Ancestral tales. Dig into family histories or cultural archives to uncover stories passed down by your ancestors. Perhaps there's a tale of a great-grandmother who healed her village with nettles, or a legend about a sacred tree revered by your people. Share these stories with pride, emphasizing their relevance to contemporary life. When retelling ancestral tales, approach them with care and authenticity. Avoid romanticizing or appropriating cultures outside your own heritage. Instead, focus on honoring the original context and meaning behind the stories. 3. Mythology and folklore. Many ancestral traditions are embedded in mythology and folklore, offering rich metaphors for understanding the natural world and human experience. For instance, Native American creation myths often highlight the interconnectedness of all beings, while African folktales celebrate the resilience and resourcefulness of plants and animals. Use these myths as teaching tools, illustrating universal truths about balance, reciprocity, and the cycles of life. Incorporate them into workshops, ceremonies, or bedtime stories for children, ensuring they remain alive in the collective consciousness. Storytelling is not limited to oral traditions. It can also take the form of writing, visual art, music, or performance. Experiment with different mediums to find what resonates most deeply with your voice and audience. #apprenticeships and mentorships, passing the torch. Apprenticeships and mentorships are time-honored methods of transmitting knowledge directly from one generation to the next. These relationships foster intimacy, trust, and accountability, creating fertile ground for deep learning and growth. 1. Seeking guidance. If you're new to ancestral practices, seek out mentors who embody the wisdom you wish to learn. Look for elders, herbalists, shamans, or cultural practitioners willing to share their expertise. Approach them with humility, respect, and a genuine desire to serve rather than exploit. During your apprenticeship, immerse yourself fully in the teachings, participate in rituals, assist with preparations, and observe closely how your mentor interacts with the land and community. Ask thoughtful questions, but also embrace moments of silence and observation. Some lessons are best absorbed without words. 2. Becoming a teacher. As you deepen your knowledge, consider stepping into the role of mentor yourself. Teaching is not about possessing all the answers. It's about guiding others toward their own discoveries. Create opportunities for hands-on learning, such as workshops, garden tours, or medicine-making sessions. Encourage students to ask questions, experiment, and trust their intuition. When mentoring, prioritize ethical practices. Teach the importance of sustainability, reciprocity, and cultural sensitivity. Remind learners that ancestral wisdom belongs to everyone collectively, yet must be approached with care and permission. 3. Community-based learning. Beyond formal apprenticeships, foster informal networks of learning within your community. Host potlucks where participants bring dishes inspired by ancestral recipes, organize plant walks to identify local herbs, or lead group meditations focused on connecting with nature. These collaborative efforts strengthen bonds and amplify the reach of ancestral teachings. #advocacy and environmental stewardship. Preserving ancestral wisdom goes hand in hand with protecting the earth, the source of all healing. As a carrier of the lineage, you have a duty to advocate for environmental justice and sustainable practices. Below are ways to integrate advocacy into your work. 1. Supporting Indigenous-led initiatives. Indigenous communities are often at the forefront of efforts to protect biodiversity and preserve traditional knowledge. Support organizations working to safeguard Indigenous rights, restore native ecosystems, and combat climate change. Amplify their voices by sharing their stories, attending events, or donating resources. 2. Promoting sustainable harvesting. Educate others about the ethics of wildcrafting and the importance of leaving no trace. Advocate for policies that regulate overharvesting and illegal trade of endangered species. Led by example, demonstrating how to harvest plants mindfully and give back to the land through offerings or replanting. 3. Creating sacred spaces. Transform urban environments into sanctuaries for healing and connect. Tie-in. Plant community gardens filled with medicinal herbs, establish altars in public parks, or organize cleanup projects to restore neglected areas. These acts of stewardship remind us that sacredness exists everywhere, even amidst concrete and steel. Hashtag overcoming barriers to transmission. While carrying the lineage forward is a noble endeavor, it is not without challenges. Modern distractions, systemic oppression, and cultural erasure can hinder the transmission of ancestral wisdom. Below are strategies for overcoming these barriers. 1. Addressing cultural appropriation. Cultural appropriation occurs when elements of marginalized cultures are adopted without acknowledgement, permission, or benefit to the originating community. To avoid perpetuating harm, always credit the sources of your knowledge and seek permission before sharing practices tied to specific lineages. Collaborate with representatives from those communities whenever possible. 2. Navigating skepticism. Some may dismiss ancestral practices as outdated or unscientific. Counter skepticism by highlighting the growing body of research validating traditional remedies and techniques. Share success stories, testimonials, and case studies that demonstrate the efficacy of these methods. 3. Balancing tradition and innovation. Respect for tradition does not mean rigidity. Adapt practices to suit modern needs while preserving their essence. For example, blend ancient herbal formulas with contemporary delivery systems like capsules or tinctures. Use social media platforms to reach wider audiences, but ensure content remains grounded in authenticity. Hashtag a call to action, healing the planet through connection. The themes explored in this chapter resonate deeply with the ethos of the Healing with Earth and Energy series. Just as the Earth teaches us balance and reciprocity, so too does ancestral wisdom embody the SE principles. By carrying the lineage forward, we participate in a global movement to heal not only ourselves, but also the planet. Every herb planted, every story shared, every ritual performed contributes to the restora tie-in of harmony. When we heal our relationship with the earth, we simultaneously heal our bodies, minds, and spirits. We remember that we are not separate from nature. We our asterisk nature. Through embodiment, ritual, and reverence, we reclaim the ancient knowing that the earth heals, teaches, and transforms. When we listen, and in doing so, we become agents of change, weaving a future rooted in love, justice, and sustainability. Hashtag final reflections. The ripple effect of legacy. Carrying the lineage forward is not a solitary endeavor. It is a collective effort that ripples outward, touching lives far beyond our immediate circles. Each action you take, no matter how small, has the potential to inspire others to reconnect with their roots, honor the earth, and embrace their innate capacity to heal. Imagine the impact of a single seed planted in fertile soil. It grows into a tree which shelters countless creatures and produces seeds of its own. Similarly, the seeds of ancestral wisdom sown today will bear fruit for generations to come. You are part of this continuum, a link in a chain stretching infinitely backward and forward. So take up the mantle of stewardship with courage and compassion. Let your hands be instruments of creation, your words vessels of truth, and your heart a beacon of hope. In carrying the lineage forward, you affirm that the wisdom of the ages is not lost. It lives on through you. Welcome to the sacred task of preserving and sharing ancestral wisdom. May it illuminate your path and awaken the world. Hashtag bridging ancient wisdom with modern needs. The teachings in this chapter align seamlessly with the ethos of the Healing with Earth and Energy series. Just as the earth holds the codes of healing and balance, so too do ancestral practices offer a roadmap for navigating life's complexities. They remind us that true healing begins with relationship, with the land, with our bodies, and with those who walked before us. Through carrying the lineage forward, We reclaim agency over our well-being, stepping out of artificial systems and into sacred rhythm. We learn to trust the intelligence of the earth and the wisdom encoded in our DNA. And we discover that true healing is not about fixing brokenness, but ABO, remembering wholeness. As you continue this journey, may you find strength, clarity, and purpose. May these practices ground you in the present moment while opening doors to deeper understanding. And may you always remember, the earth heals, teaches, and transforms when we listen. Come back to the wisdom of the ages. Come back to the earth. Come back to yourself. Conclusion: coming home to the earth, to yourself. As we reach the final pages of herbal healing and ancestral memory, it is worth pausing to reflect on the journey we've taken together, a journey that has been as much about rediscovery as it has been about healing. This book was never intended to be a mere guide. It was an invitation to step out of the noise of modern life and into the sacred rhythm of the earth. It asked you to listen deeply, not only to the whispers of plants, but also to the echoes of your lineage, the stirrings of your spirit, and the pulse of Gaia herself. Through its chapters, we explored the profound interplay between herbalism and ancestral wisdom, blending practical tools with spiritual insights. We reconnected with our herbal lineage, honoring the hands that once tended gardens and crafted remedies. We celebrated the medicine of the grandmothers, whose legacy of nurturing and resilience continues to inspire us today. We built personal apothecaries, harvested herbs with respect, and worked with plants as allies for grief, joy, and spiritual connection. We steeped ourselves in the art of tea ceremonies, delved into energetic herbalism, walked alongside the earth in plant walks, and revived recipes and rituals passed down through generations. Finally, we embraced the responsibility and privilege of carrying this lineage forward, becoming stewards of wisdom that transcends time. These teachings align seamlessly with the ethos of the Healing with Earth and Energy series. Just as the earth holds the codes of healing and balance, so too do herbs and ancestral practices offer a roadmap for navigating life's complexity. They remind us that true healing begins with relationship with the land, with our bodies, and with those who walked before us. Through embodiment, ritual, and reverence, we reclaim the ancient knowing that the earth heals, teaches, and transforms when we lease. 10. But this work does not end here. Healing is not a destination. It is a continuum, a spiral that expands outward while always circling back to its center. As you move forward, may you carry these lessons into every aspect of your life. Let them ground you in the present moment while opening doors to deeper understanding. Trust that the herbs you grow, the rituals you perform, and the stories you share are not just acts of self-care, but contributions to the collective healing of humanity and the plan. Remember, too, that you are not alone on this path. The earth is your ally, your teacher, your healer. Your ancestors walk beside you, their voices carried on the wind, their hands guiding yours. And within you lies an innate intelligence, a spark of divine creativity that mirrors the cycles of nature. By aligning with these forces, you step into harmony, not only within yourself, but also with the world around you. So come back to the elements, come back to the earth, come back to you, yourself. In doing so, you reclaim not just your health, but your birthright to live harmoniously, joyfully, and authentically as part of the great symphony of life. Welcome home. Herbal healing and ancestral memory. Seraphina Hartwell. By Soul Sanctuary Audio. Copyright Seraphina Hartwell. For the update audiobook by click follow Soul Sanct. Yuri Audio.